What is happening, loud and proud crowd? Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fabulous. So we are actually back out here. It's early in the morning, trying to do some more interior work on the second gen Longhorn project. So let me kind of show you what our next little steps are. And also we've got another product right over there. You can kind of see the corner of the box there. That's going to be a huge factor for this interior, and it's going to make a big difference. So I cannot wait to show it to you guys because it's going to be really cool. So let's get into the next little part of what we're doing here. So coming into the interior again, there's just some small things, and yes, I'm literally sewing this stuff by hand and stitching it up by hand. But what we're going to be trying to do is make the grab handle here leather wrapped. And the reason for that is, if you've seen my limited interior, and I'll go show that to you once we're done, you'll see the comparison. I'll try to show you exactly what we're doing. So we've got that one there, and then we've got actually another one right here. This one, I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna do quite yet, just because I'm gonna have to take this one off completely, but I guess I could still do it, because whether I take it off or not, I think these things like slide down out of place or something, but I don't know, we'll figure that out another time. But I think I'd rather do both handles than just one, so it doesn't look too out of place. But in my limited, I'm thinking it's only the ones that are down here, and the one up here, I think on the passenger side, there's nothing on it, but I still might do it. So anyways, let's get started. If you haven't seen a Longhorn looking steering wheel, there's that right there. And then we still have got all kinds of interior stuff to do. Like I said, I'm still just doing this little stuff up here along the dash because it's not really going to be in the way. But when we rip out the flooring and the seats and all that stuff to get really into the interior far, you know, then it's going to take a little bit more time, and you're going to see a lot bigger changes. But let's just get into this real quick, and let me kind of show you what this is going to look like when it's done. But I'm going to take this one, since it's out of the truck, it just makes more sense. Easier to get measurements, easier to do fitment, and then just stitch this one outside of the truck. Not to mention, if I wanted to do the stitching on the back side, not that we have to, but if I wanted to do it on the back side, so all you saw was that on the front and not that, we could easily do that with this outside of the truck since we've got it out now. What are you doing? You're critiquing. I'm going to do the whole headliner right now.
Why?
Because it was a real eyesore, and I feel like once we get that done, it'll help the interior look a lot better. That's what I'm gonna work on right now. Don't question it like that. You're making it sound bad. We've got all this, we got more parts sitting over here for this truck too, and a whole bunch more over there. We're gonna get to doing the headliner. How I'm gonna do this, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, they have like a headliner glue adhesive spray, but I don't have any on me, so I'm gonna have to go get some, unless you wanna go get some, because you're the best. She nodded no, but I think she meant to say yes.
I live at Walmart, so.
No, it's not at Walmart. It'd be at like a Auto,
or Michael's.
AutoZone has it, because I bought it there once.
I mean, any fabric.
Yeah.
Spray work.
Oh yeah. So anyways, what my goal with this is, she thinks it might be too much, you know, and I'm not saying she's wrong, but I still want to do it because when I saw this truck, as rough as it looked on the lawn, I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect. This is what I'm going to do. All this stuff, right? I had all these ideas of what I was going to do with the interior instantly. And some people can see a vision, some people can't see a vision. It just kind of depends on who you are and how you are. Like me, I can see a rough truck and be like, dang, that's a gem. Versus some people will be like, that's a freaking, you know what, crap box truck. Just freaking kick it aside, it's junk. It'll be pretty cool.
You know how you know your wife loves you? When she lets you use your wheels.
Okay everybody, quick little pit stop in the time lapse here. So I'm actually working on the headliner of the truck, and I'm not sure if I went through any detail as to what I'm doing. So basically I took out all of the interior stuff connected to the headliner so I can get to this point. And I took a big piece of this cattle tan saddle leather style vinyl, and I kind of shaped it to the ceiling, like the form, foam, soundproofing, whatever you call it. Anyways, the headboard sealing. And basically what I'm gonna be doing is taking this, fitting it, adhesive spray to keep it in place, and then adding some stitching in certain areas just to make sure it stays in place. But again, very time consuming, takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and these videos might even be a little bit short sometimes with this, with so much time lapse and not really a ton of like, you know, oh, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it. Well, it's just a lot of hours that go into this. Like just a headliner, I'm already in an hour and a half just into this, almost 2 hours, and I've still got like probably 40% of it to go. So I'm gonna keep working on this. Just wanted to update you and let you know kind of like what we're doing. And there it is. Oh my goodness. I've been out here since about 8:30 this morning in terms of like when I started working on this headliner, and it is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, probably about 4:30. And this thing has taken the entire day, but not necessarily because it's a hard thing to do, even though it is actually pretty tedious to do all the stitching. And I've never done upholstery work or anything like this before, and I'd never even watched any videos or anything on it. I just said, you know, I think I'm just gonna take my chance at it, and that's what I'm doing. But it's just time consuming to do everything the right way, or what I think is the right way. In terms of that, let me show you what we're dealing with now. And this video is pretty much just all about, you know, the headliner and stuff like that. So here's my X's all the way down both sides. Everything's spaced out evenly, everything's well done. I did do in every other X down the center, top center of the headliner, and I measured that straight out between the rear light of the cab to the front. And then I did 9.5 inches deep on both sides. I did a stitch there and there. And I did this crisscross pattern on the back side too, and down both sides. And I did cut out all the holes for pretty much everything. So now what we got to do, I think I have one more little hole to cut in the back. Yeah, up there. And that's for like the rear hanger. So I'm going to get to doing that, and then we're going to get to piecing this into the truck, and hopefully it turns out really good. Like I said, guys, I've never done this before, but I'm hoping that it looks really good. Here it is going in. And yes, the stitching on the back side is as well evenly spaced and everything else all the way around, even though you're not gonna see it. So let's see if we can get this thing pieced in here. Well, everybody, we finally got the headliner put in, and let me show you how it looks. I did kind of do like a test with a piece of vinyl here. This is just scrap from doing the headliner, and I just kind of put it there. I was like, oh man, I wonder how that's gonna look. So anyways, let me kind of turn the cab lights off here, but look at this headliner. Got that stitching across the center up top. The lights are all fitted in well. There's no like gaps around the lights where like there's no, you know, where you can like visibly see the liner underneath. Same thing around there. No weird gaps, nothing. Just tight seal everywhere. You can see the stitching. I'm glad I went with that. I was debating whether or not I should do that stitching across the front, because I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna really see it. Well, I'm glad that I did, because you can see it if you're really looking closely, and it looks really good and uniform all the way down and across. I mean, it just looks good. I didn't put the sun visors back in. I'll tell you why. I kind of have an idea, and maybe it's too much leather, maybe it's not, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But what I'm thinking about doing is taking this and leather wrapping this too, just because it is a little bit stained up both sides, and if we're doing a new fresh interior, it would be kind of crummy to like be like, oh hey, you know, we got this nice clean interior, and oh, I guess I can prop it there, and then you've got this like stained up, you know, sun visor right here, which I don't know, maybe it's not a big deal, maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I just feel like it's kind of an eyesore. But then again, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if I should leather wrap these, don't leather wrap them, just keep them stained and put them back in. There's the progress. You can see some of the stitching here on the edges when you get in the door. Again, I cut out all my holes real nice. There's a couple little crinkles here and there in the leather, but it's not like, since I did so much stitching all the way around, it's not gonna sag ever. It just kind of got a little bit of like a worn saddle look and effect to it. Which, like I was telling my wife Reagan, I said, you know, when you slide in and out of the truck, eventually the seats are gonna get kind of crinkled and stuff too around the seat. I'm like, it just is how it is. I mean, I don't know. It's just, leather's harder to work with. Well, even though it's not real leather, the vinyl leather is just harder to work with than, like, you know, the cheap headliner that just kind of stretches out and fits to anything. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. What do you think of the wheel, the headliner, all the stitching I did up in here? Man, this took me some time to do all that. Same on that side. And oh yeah, I forgot to show you the end result with the handle, the grab handle here. There it is right there. You guys can see that. And I think it turned out really good, because when you're in the truck especially, and you're like looking around and you notice small detail, you kind of look up and you notice the stitching and stuff here, and it just kind of throws like a better, nice vibe to the truck. Just like a little small accent piece. And of course, the same amount of stitches on this side as that side, and one connecting here all the way down to there. And yes, those are real stitches. It's not like just like, it is for aesthetics a little bit, just to look good, but it really is also to make sure that the headliner is always held up and it's not gonna like drop, you know what I'm saying? And we did use adhesive all the way around on the back side to make sure it sticks too. And then also, of course, you can see the stitching I did all the way along the back side here. Again, I was questioning whether or not I should do it. I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna see it, but I'm glad I did, because you can definitely see it there. And it looks good. It looks really good. Like, I feel like if they made a Longhorn back in the day, this is what you would have seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they would have actually produced one of these trucks, I feel like this is how it would go. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. I think it's pretty good. I'm honestly really impressed with myself in terms of like doing the headliner and fitting it. It's not as easy as like a, you know, those cheap junk headliners that you just kind of like, you know, this material where you can just stretch it out and you spray that crap down and it just forms really easy. This was a pain in the butt. It took me almost the entire day just to do the headliner. But I want the truck to turn out really nice. This is a project, I've never taken on something that's this involving, which is like, I literally have a needle and thread, for example, to do the entire interior, and then I have to like do every step of the entire truck, like inside and out, completely redone. So stay tuned, guys. I know there's gonna be a lot of interior stuff on this truck, but I hope you guys enjoy it. This isn't something that we've really ever done, but I think it's something that a lot of you are gonna really like when we are done with it. Reagan just got done working on some parts for the Chevy build. She's doing the blue line, American flag, glove box, and then she's doing a blue bezel for the gauge cluster and stuff. I mean, it did turn out really good. Like when she showed it to me, I'm like, I'm actually really impressed. There's a couple pieces of dirt on it because it's been sitting in the shop here, but it turned out really, really good. I'm really impressed. That's gonna be going in that truck too, and we do have to go pick up that truck yet, so stay tuned for that video. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Also, should I attempt to upholster these seats? I know I'm kind of just getting all like antsy and I just kind of want to try it out and do it myself, but let me know, should I attempt to upholster the seats myself? Good or bad decision, I don't know. Maybe not a good one. But like I said, worst case scenario, if I don't like it, you know, the brown saddle leather vinyl is pretty cheap. It was $150 for 20 yards of it, which is a ton. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a crap ton of that stuff. But anyway, so let me know if you guys think I should do that down in the comment section below. Actually, how about this? Let me make a challenge for you guys. 2,000 likes and I will attempt to upholster the seats myself here in our garage. Let me know. Go at it. Do not forget, last 48 hours to enter to win our 2019 Ram 3500 limited edition Cummins. Do not miss out. Every $5 is 2 entries to win that truck. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.